Alright, welcome back to another video, everyone. Didn't upload last week, but I did lift, and I kind of took like a weekish off, like 5 days off, because I was feeling very fatigued. And I was supposed to do 425 up to 4, like anywhere. Okay, there's no real weight, but I was planning on 425 or 440 for a double or a 2x1, and I only did 400 for a 2x1, and it was like the hardest thing on earth, especially the first set that was recorded by my niece on the tripod, so I felt real fatigued, and I did an SPD day, and I said I wasn't doing SPDs anymore, but last week I did, so I could space out my workouts better, like so I could do SPD Monday, which I did, and then like pause deadlifts and front squats like Thursday, so it's like 2 days of rest in between, so Thursday instead of before I would deadlift Wednesday, like squat Monday, bench Tuesday, deadlift Wednesday, and then I'll be like back on Friday, which was not enough rest, doing the other accessory lifts, which was front squat, was high bar, and then pause squats, and then front squats on Saturday. So squatting 3 times a week, deadlifting once a week actually. I was planning twice, but I just did the pause squats elevated, pause deadlifts elevated, same day as my deadlift. So SPD last week, I wasn't fatigued from the SPD. It's weird. Bench and deadlift, I was fine. I had so much energy. Deadlift, I should have really been tired, and bench too. The squats first, but squat, I was just, I don't know what happened. 400 was so hard, and I know I've lost weight because the belt is I'm able to wrap around more, and I've been in like a 1,000 calorie caloric deficit every day. I don't feel weak, but on squats, I don't know what happened. Maybe I just wrapped too much and I went too tight. That could have been what it was. I don't know. Because I was fine on bench and deadlift. If it feels really like the caloric deficit, I should have been tired on everything and weaker and everything. On squats, I was just, I don't know, didn't feel it. And my left hip was kind of hurting too. So it was just a bad day probably. But because of that, I took off like Monday till Friday. Just did chest on Friday, like a normal chest accessory day, and then like back on Saturday. Didn't end up doing shoulders, but it's all good. So didn't do any leg accessories, just squat, bench, deadlift, and then Friday, that was Monday, Friday chest, and Saturday back. So this week, like I said, I was doing the HIIT principle, HIIT training like Mike Mentzer and Dorian Yates. Just one all-out set and a drop set, just 2 warm-up sets, but one real all-out set. So I decided I'm going to do the powerlifting, which is 5-3-1, which I've done in the past. So I'm doing that. And technically 5 warm-up sets, but like really easy though. It's 5. I'll put it right here on the screen. 40%, 50%, 60%. What's actually, whatever your maxes are for squat, bench, deadlift, 90% of that on the first phase of 5-3-1. So for squat, it's 452. So I'm really at 406.8. That's 90%. Bench is 281.1. So I'm really at 252.99. So it's 53. And then deadlift is 523.6. But I'm really at, okay, forget that because I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do 500 or 445 because I'm hook gripping. And I just transitioned to a power bar not too long ago, so I'm still learning curve. So I think I'm gonna do 485. I'm gonna keep it pretty basic. So 90% of that, I'll put that on the screen because I don't know. But 90% of 485, which I think was like 455, 450, I think it was, something like that. And you do 40%. Like all numbers are based off your 90% max, not your max. So I'm going lighter on the deadlift because of good power bar. That's why I'm going lighter to make up for the learning curve. So squats 406.8. 40% of that is your first warm-up set, and then 50%, 60%, those are 3 warm-up sets. You do 5 reps, 5 reps, and 3 reps. 3 working sets, 65%, 75%, 85%, all at 5. But the 85% is 5 AMRAP, as many reps as possible. Not all out, but very close to all out. So that, bench, same thing. It's the same exact thing, 40, 50, 60, warm-ups, 65, 75, 85, with the third one being an AMRAP. So you should get more than 5. I did 8 on bench, and then I did 7 on squat. So deadlift is tomorrow, same exact thing. My number for deadlift is 382. 371, 382, depends if I choose 485 or 500 as my max. I know I could do more than 5 on that. I want it to be a sure number, especially because it's all belt list, by the way. Everything's going to be belt list from now on. No belt, no knee sleeves, no wrist wraps. Just chunk, that's it. I didn't use anything for bench today, but that's not what I'm showing. So here's Alright, so this is what you didn't see last week because I didn't post. 400 pounds, 2x1. And I think my belt was way too tight because that was like a RP 15, and my niece was laughing at me. And I said it was heavy, huh? And she's like, yeah. She asked me if I hadn't worked out in a month because it looked too hard. And she knows I've done that before. And I have done it for a 4x3, so I'm losing weight, no doubt. And the belt I do think was too tight because I was planning on doing 425 for a double. So 400 for a 2x1 had to suffice because that one wasn't too hard. But I think I'm slowly losing weight. The belt, I had it too tight in my opinion because I was able to stretch it more, so I took advantage. Working sets were real easy. I guess last week was kind of a deload because it's 355 4x3, real light. I did do like top sets, but I didn't work out for the rest of the week because I was just drained. So this is what made me want to do 531. Go back to it because I'd done it once in my life, just a 3 month cycle, which isn't enough to know. But this is why I went back because I was very fatigued last week. And here's the breakdown of what I did. That's pretty much it for last week. Here's the actual 531 that was last week. This is the 531 right here, and I'm gonna elaborate after that. So here it goes. So is the technical first working set, 265, 65% of my 90% max, 5 reps. Real great because the first warm-ups, I don't show it, but as I explained, it's a 40%, 50%, and 60%, 5 reps, and 3 reps. So 60% is very close to 65. I think that was this 265. The 60% last warm-up for 3 was like 250-ish. So like it really got me used to this. This felt amazing. I never do 265 for 5. I usually do like 275 for 1. And then 300 and then 320, you know. So these jumps may seem unreasonable, but I don't know. It just feels good. This is 75%, 305 for 5. Felt real easy. It's interesting what 531 does. People think it's too light, too easy, just one working set. But I am doing 531 is literally Mike Menser, Dorian Yates hit method, but with powerlifting. It's just one all out set. The rest are just really warm ups. So technically 5 warm ups, technically. Yeah, I'm gonna go with technically 5 warm ups and one all out set. But I don't like to go all out because Jim Wendler even said don't go like to the point of no return. And you're gonna see why here because I'm doing beltless since it's so easy. Going beltless, sleeveless, wrist wrapless. So it's 345 for 7. That was my AMRAP. I had like 9, but my legs went numb. Like it felt like they fell asleep. But I got around 5, so I guess my quads don't have the strength. They're not used to not having knee sleeves, I would say. Because I could have done like 9, but I don't know how I would have got the bar back on because it would have been very low on my back. It would have been hard to put it back up on the rack. And I don't know. I don't think I'd be able to walk because for some reason my legs were numb. So this 7th one wasn't that hard and it looked pretty easy. But I don't know. My legs were just like completely numb. This is the 7th one. I'm sure this is, I wasn't even counting. But yeah, it wasn't even hard. I had about 9 or 10, but as long as you do more than the prescribed, which is 5, I did 7, all good. So front squats is my accessory. I'm not going too heavy. 205 is actually pretty heavy for me. I only did 5. I'm so disappointed. But there was one time where I did 185 and it was really heavy with no belt and no sleeve. So I'm pretty proud of this because I was tired from the low bar. So low bar to front squat is pretty hard. So instead of doing like, Bulgarian split squats and hack squats in the garage, which I need to get Viking attachments so I could do hack squats, or any kind of leg accessory, I just did front squats, AMRAP. One set it was only 5 and man my legs were numb again and it was just it was hard for my my core because it's not ready, so it's just one drop set of 5. It's supposed to be all out. Both of those weren't all out, but that's a win. 205 for 5 and then this drop set is good because I did 243 for a 4x3 with the belt and knee sleeves and wrist wraps. So 205 isn't so bad. I'll take it. Probably had like 225 in me with the belt and sleeves, but it's the same thing, same amount of work. If anything, beltless feels way harder than it should, so I'm okay with it. And I like these dumbbell step ups. It's a 60 pounds AMRAP. I think I only did 6 because you see I'm drenched right there on my left stomach nipple, nipple and stomach. But like I'm drenched, but I didn't use straps. I should have used straps because they were slipping out of my hands. I'm sure from the sweat and just the grip was wearing out, so I should have done that. But I really felt it because I was already dead from the other 2. This is just one all out set. I probably had 10 with straps, but I didn't even care to look for them. It's all good. Next week I'll do it. I'm really sore. This is Wednesday and I'm really sore. So I know it works the all out, just one all out set and a whole week to recover. I'm going so easy, so simple, so I can't get fatigued. And, I'm doing some more cardio and kayaking. I think kayaking was the reason it was bad last week, the 400 pounds, because I kayaked Saturday and Sunday for 3 hours total, 2 hours and 1 hour. So drop set of, I think, 70 pounds, 35 pound dumbbells. So from 120 to 70 pounds, just did 5. And I was like, this was such a weenie set. It was so horrible. I'm just going to do body weight after. And I think I did body weight 6. So it was a total of 12 plus 17 total reps. I'll for sure go harder next time because I've done 60s for 12. And I think I could do even more. I just need to put straps on because we're focusing on quads and not on grip. Grip is no problem. I do hook grip anyway. I'm working my grip there. I'm not a strong man. It's no problem. Now I know. I already knew. I just didn't care to actually do it. Yeah, this is the 6 right here. I was pretty dead. I almost tripped on the last one. But I like these more than Bulgarian split squats because it takes long to just do one side each. This is like, continuous. You could do one side at a time or alternating like I'm doing it, but it's pretty much the same thing. You're pushing force off the bench. You put step on the bench and push up. Bulgarian split squats is similar in lunges, but I just like how this one you have to push up and there's like an end goal. You got to go up. The other one just kind of feels like, they work great, but this one just feels like a squat to me, and my FC almost fell right there. So far, I've been doing the hit method for like 3 weeks, I think, and I'm doing 5-3-1 and hit. Like for the accessories, I did bench. Well, let's talk about squat. You can see the squats. I did squat. You saw that, and you saw the front squats, and you saw the step ups. That's it. Just 3 exercises. For bench, I did 5 today because I benched, and then I did a dumbbell bench. I know I don't have to do flat and flat because they're both the same, but I just want some extra work in. And then incline dumbbell, and then weighted dips, and then superset with no weight. So that was 5. Oh, I did flies too, incline flies. So that was 5, but 3 to 5 is all you really need. You'll feel that I'm still sore from quads. I already said that. And the deadlifts, probably gonna do about 4 for hamstrings. But yeah, less is more. That's what I'm doing. Just saving energy. I was feeling fatigued, and I'm done in an hour, and I love it. I was taking 3 hours or more. It was just too time consuming. A fast day would be like 2 hours and a half. So it's for time, for fatigue management, and I'm gonna bump it up once I get to my next meet, whenever it is. My peak will be when I go like actual powerlifting prep, just for the peak, nothing else. So it'll be 1.5 months of peaking, which is usually what I do anyway. But that'll be the only time I do like actual sets and reps and top sets. Right now, it's pretty much just one all-out set for squat, bench, deadlift, and the accessories. So that pretty much explains what I did last week, or what I'm really doing this week, all together. Just all out, one set. You will feel it because I feel it. I still feel it from my quads. I didn't lift yesterday, Tuesday, because I was so tired from Monday. So it's easy, but it's hard because it's all out once. So it's not too hard, not too easy. Right in the middle, and I rest a week. I don't squat twice, don't deadlift twice, just once. My body needs it. And I'm doing a beltless, so it will be harder than as if I had a belt in these things. So that's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next video. Tomorrow for sure.